All right, here I was doing a condenser on a '07 Maxima with the 3.5 liter engine. And they're super easy, and there's no real videos out there on how to do them. So I'll just make a quick rundown how to do them. They're super easy. Here I'm showing a video of everything basically that has to be removed. This little hose for the radiator, this wiring harness for the cooling fans. Here are the two hoses for the condenser, which are held in by 13mm bolts. And then make sure you change out those O-rings. This bottom radiator hose, top radiator hose, this air filter, it's not an air filter, it's a intake. And then this bottom little intake that has to be removed also. And then the two transmission lines that go onto the radiator. You have to remove the radiator to get to the condenser. And then make sure you have these two rubber mounts here. And that's about it. It's actually super simple. And like I said, starting from the top, you want to remove that little air intake. It might be held in by a couple of clips. And then you want to remove this little intake clip. Then you want to remove this bottom splash shield, which is held in by a bunch of clips also. And then from down here, you could drain the radiator. There's a little drain there, or you can remove just the hose and just let it all fall down. And you can remove the two hoses for the transmission. Those are just two clamps to the radiator nipples. Then the hoses should just slide off. One of the clamps actually gave me some trouble, so I had to just like cut it off, and then I just replaced it with those worm gear clamps. And then that's about it for the bottom. Now from the top here, you might have to remove this like a bumper cover. It's held in by 4 clips, but try to take everything out without removing it. I removed it because I thought you had to, but then once I was done, I don't think you had to actually. There's these little clips here that you have to pull up on to pull out that cover. And then you want to start next by taking off the radiator fans. You want to take off this entire wiring harness. It's just held in by a bunch of clips and then 2 connectors. All right, and then the fan itself is held in by 2 10mm bolts. When you're pulling it out, just be careful not to hit anything on the radiator. And then you want to pull off these little tabs that hold on the radiator. All right, you pull on this tab on both sides of it, and then the whole thing just comes out. And here I'm just going to show how you just pull on the tab, and then the whole thing comes out. Then you take off the little mounts. And there's one on each side. Super simple. And then you can take out your radiator. And then to take out the condenser, it has one connector for the pressure sensor, and then a 13mm bolt. And then on one side of it, it has the same type of connection as the radiator does, as you can see there. So you just take off that connection, and then the whole condenser should just like swing out. So I took it off like that, and then the whole thing just swings out. I didn't mention it, but the 13mm bolt, it's actually for the hoses, just in case that wasn't understood. But once you take this thing off, make sure you reuse all those like rubber like nipples, and then make sure you refill the new one with a little bit of oil, PAG oil, because it takes R134. Then make sure to transfer over that pressure sensor, and if you can use a new O-ring, use a new O-ring. Also on the lines, if you could use a new O-ring, you could try to use new O-rings. I tried to find ones that fit, but I couldn't find any. So I just reused the old ones, and I just put oil on them. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.